Hello, this is Angela with Parco's Hausfrau. I hope that you will bear with me. I had planned on making this video with, hair not still wet from the shower and some makeup on and some ambiance sitting by the crackling fire in my living room. But I just feel really passionate and I want to get this video uploaded. So I'm sitting at Kaiser where my husband is having a medical procedure and I'm stuck in the car because COVID. And I thought, I'm just going to film this right now. I was going through my notes and I just got kind of amped up and wanted to make the video now so I can upload it sooner rather than later. So today I want to address the topics of Black Friday versus Buy Nothing Day. So Black Friday, obviously, if you're not from the States, I don't know if you have this event in your country, but it's basically the day after Thanksgiving. A lot of folks have the day off work. Obviously not retailers because they have to work Black Friday. It's when a lot of businesses have their first big, Christmas sale of the year, and there's all kinds of loss leader and other sales events going on. And because so many folks have the day off work, they swarm to the mall or to whatever retail outlet and they go shopping. Folks will wait in long lines for hours and hours and hours to be able to purchase a consumer product that goes on sale on Black Friday. So Black Friday, been a thing way before the internet. It's been a thing forever. And it's a really savvy marketing tactic by the retail industry, right? To get people to take their day off work when they would otherwise be spending it with family, maybe playing board games, maybe going for a hike, maybe just chilling out and reading books or engaging in whatever their craft activity is, eating leftover Thanksgiving food. Instead, they should trudge out and spend their day buying things, taking their hard-earned pennies and buying consumer goods. Most Americans go into debt thousands of dollars over the holidays on decorations, on food and alcohol that they maybe otherwise wouldn't buy, and on gifts. And a lot of those gifts statistically are thrown away or given away within 1 year. So there's just so much in our consumer culture that tells us we have to buy things we don't need. And we should even go into debt to buy things we don't need. And we should give people gifts that they don't really need or want, so that we show that we are festive and we are giving and that we are in the spirit of the holiday. So there's all kinds of problems with Black Friday. It encourages people to spend beyond their means. It encourages people to take a day that they would otherwise spend quietly enjoying their home or the solitude of their household and or the community that's around them, and to spend that time separating themselves from their hard-earned pennies to buy manufactured goods, usually manufactured in a way that is not sustainable, that is exploiting laborers and exploiting the environment. It's also a day when folks who work retail would love to be home with their families enjoying the day off work, but instead have to work often a frantic pace at a day where shoppers are usually not super polite, anxious and angry and entitled, wanting to buy the things they want right now and having very little patience with our retail workers. On the other hand, we have Buy Nothing Day. Buy Nothing Day is a response to the consumer culture that we live in. It is a very strong reaction that says, you have the option to opt out. You actually don't have to participate in Black Friday. It may be a cultural phenomenon, but you do not have to participate. You can choose for many reasons to opt out of participating, because you don't like the fact that we live in a consumer culture that tells us more and more stuff will make us happy when it won't. Stuff won't make us happy. You can choose to opt out because the practice of Black Friday is creating more and more and more plastic garbage that will eventually go in the landfill, because Black Friday encourages production and consumption habits that have a really detrimental effect on the environment, huge carbon footprint, shipping all of these goods, wrapping them in plastic and selling them to people who don't really need them and will probably not have them for very long. You can choose not to shop Black Friday because you feel that workers should be given this day as a paid day off. You don't want to contribute to the exploitation and the difficulties that retail workers have, and you want to make sure that you aren't contributing to a system that says that retailers must have their stores open and that workers have to work on that day. You can choose to not participate in Black Friday and embrace Buy Nothing Day because you want to push back against our consumer culture in general. You want to return to a time when the holidays are more simple, more about handmade goods, more about what you can buy thrifted, what you can create with your own hands, bake with your own hands, or just choose not to give so many gifts at all at the holidays. Choose to return to a time where the holidays are an experience either of a holy celebration or a time when you want to be around family or a time where you want to celebrate the seasons. And they aren't about buying things and giving stuff we don't need. Where the holidays are about the experience of the holiday and they aren't about stuff. So it's a reaction to the stuff heavy culture, the consumer culture, right? Consumerism actually is not a positive connotation. We called tuberculosis consumption because tuberculosis literally consumed your body. Consumerism is about consuming goods. It's about consuming your paycheck. It's about consuming the resources of this planet. It's about consuming the energy of our workers. It's not a positive connotation. And so Buy Nothing Day is a pushback against that to say we need to find a more sustainable way of being. And we might not know exactly what that looks like yet, but it definitely does not look like Black Friday. So those are kind of the two paradigms that are held up. You participate in Black Friday or you participate in Buy Nothing Day. I want us to look at kind of a middle ground, and this is sort of my take on it. I think it's really crucially important that we understand we are all trapped in a capitalist consumerist society. We are stuck in a system of consumerism. To be able to push back against that system of consumerism is a position of privilege. To be able to say, I can opt out of the system of consumerism is a position of privilege. Many of our retail workers rely on Black Friday for them to make money to pay for their basic necessities, right? Many laborers do not have the option to opt out. Many working families have this day off of work, and it is the only day they have off of work where they can shop for their family for Christmas. Maybe it's a little bit less so in the age of online shopping, but traditionally Black Friday for a lot of families was the only day they actually had to take advantage of shopping and buying things for their family. Black Friday has a lot of really big sales, and that makes all of the difference for some folks as to whether they can get an item that is off their kids' wish list or not. So the big loss leaders and other sales on Black Friday make a huge difference to a lot of people, and they don't have any choice but to participate. So I want us to be really, really careful when we are critiquing the concept of Black Friday and our consumer culture. We are critiquing the unsustainable, exploitive system in which we all must live. We are pushing back against the message of big corporations, of retail outlets that we must buy and buy and buy more stuff, and we must work harder to earn more money, to spend more money on more stuff, and that will make us happy. We are pushing back against that system. I want us to be really careful that we're not pushing back against individuals and families that are entrenched and stuck in that system. So let's be really careful that we are not poverty shaming and we're not participating in classism here in the way that we critique Black Friday. If you can opt in to Buy Nothing Day, that is fantastic. There are many ways that is a really positive and kind of recentering and reframing the culture in which we live in for so many people. There's so many benefits in participating in Buy Nothing, just changing your whole way in which you view our relationship with stuff and with the holidays. But realize that your experience of that may not be somebody else's experience. Your privilege to participate in that may not exist for somebody else. So let's be really careful that we are critiquing a flawed system which harms all of us, and we are not critiquing individuals who engage in that system. I also want us to remember that Black Friday is a time when small businesses, particularly small minority-owned businesses, small women-owned businesses, have sales and rely on this date to make a substantial portion of their income for the year, particularly for the holidays. So let's remember, when we are participating in Buy Nothing, maybe you want to shift the way that looks to say, I'm buying nothing from the big retail outlets. I'm buying nothing from the culture of stuff. And I am going to instead think about how I want to use my resources to support small businesses. What things do I need for my household? What kinds of gifts can I give that are in alignment with my values and also are supporting a local economy, a local, sustainable, resilient economy? That's really, really different than participating in consumer culture, to downshift and say, what can I do to support my local economy? What can I do to support crafters, creators, artisans, bakers, business women, business people in my local community? So supporting local economies is always a good idea. I've recommended the book Fiber Shed many times that talks about a local textile economy. Local economies help build resilience. Local economies are good for us as individuals. They're good for our neighbors. They're good for our whole community. So I think it's really important to find that balance between critiquing Black Friday as an institution, not critiquing the people who must participate in it, and the balance between supporting the concept of buy nothing as a way to detach from consumer culture and to think about embracing the holidays in a non-materialistic way, versus, or not versus even, but just also at the same time thinking about how we can support a local economy, local artisans, local producers, so that we help them keep their businesses going and we find a more sustainable way of being. So share your thoughts and comments down below. I would love the concept of buy nothing to be a positive force that helps us make a slower, more peaceful, debt-free way of life be something that is available to more people. That we look at the privilege we have to engage in buy nothing and say, how can I make this a jumping off point for creating a more sustainable society for all people? How can I make my embrace of buy nothing be a way that I have compassion for other people and that I have a desire to push and change our society as a whole so that the peace that I know can be accessible for everybody? If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe, and please share with your friends. That would be fantastic. That would be amazing. This channel is not yet monetized, but I do have a Patreon down in the description you can check out.